my name is Linda from Black Diamond Custom Tattoos, and today we're going to be talking about tattoo aftercare. Tattoo aftercare is just as important as selecting an excellent artist. Poor aftercare can result in loss of pigment or even infection. Today I'm going to be talking about 2 tattoo healing methods. My preferred method, Sandier, and then open heal, which I only recommend if you are allergic to adhesives. Sandier is a waterproof yet breathable protection for your tattoo. It'll stick to your skin, but not your tattoo. Before you leave the shop, your artist will apply the Sandier, and it will stay in place for 24 to 48 hours. There will be blood and ink trapped underneath the Sandier. If there's excessive fluid buildup, you're going to want to remove it closer to the 24-hour mark. If the bandage remains dry, you'll want to leave it on to 48 hours. Moisture loosens the adhesive stick, so try to avoid heavy sweating, swimming, saunas, baths, and long showers in order to help the Sandier last longer. If the bandage does become loosened, then it is no longer protecting your tattoo and should be removed. If you have an allergic reaction to Sandier, it will be obvious within the first hour. It will look like increasing redness, itchiness, and irritation. If that's the case, you will need to remove the Sandier and discontinue use. When it's time to remove the Sandier, I recommend just doing it in the shower at the end when it's all warm and steamy in there. Lather up your hands with antibacterial soap and warm water and apply it over the Sandier area. Peel a small corner back and get the soapy water underneath. Continue repeating process until you've got the Sandier fully removed. Then, get new soap and wash the tattoo until there's no longer a greasy layer. Rinse, and then I also recommend rinsing with cold water because that helps close the pores. As you're removing the Sandier, if it hurts, slow down, listen to your body, and take it step by step. Once it's fully cleaned, I always recommend drying your tattoo with paper towels. They are more hygienic than cloth towels. Then allow the tattoo to breathe for 20 minutes or until the skin begins to feel tight and dry. You will then apply a second Sandier bandage. If this bandage remains dry underneath, it can stay on from 4 to 7 days. If your second bandage gets fluid underneath, you will need to change it again at the 24-hour mark. Repeat the steps and apply a third application, which, if it remains dry, can then stay on for 4 to 7 days. After your final Sandier application, your tattoo should be mostly healed. You will just need to moisturize it with Vanny cream. All of the aftercare products I'm going to mention, you're going to find in the link below. Next, we're going to be talking about the open heel aftercare method. In this method, you will be leaving the shop with a bandage that needs to stay in place for only 2 to 4 hours. At that point, you will need to take off the bandage and wash the tattoo with an antibacterial soap and warm water. Wash the tattoo thoroughly so that there's no longer a greasy layer. Rinse, and then I also like to rinse again with cold water to close the pores. And again, I recommend drying your tattoos only with paper towels because they are more hygienic than cloth towels. Allow the tattoo to breathe for 20 minutes or until the skin begins to feel tight and dry. And then you will be applying a light moisturizer. I recommend using Hustle Butter. Bacteria grows best in a warm, wet environment, so do not over-moisturize. I always say, think of applying chapstick, not lip gloss. If it looks overly shiny, take a clean paper towel and dab off the excess. You will be cleaning and moisturizing your tattoo 3 to 4 times a day for the first week. For the first 7 to 10 days, avoid sunlight, tanning, soaking, and touching your tattoo. Around day 5 or 7, your tattoo will begin peeling, much like a burn. At that stage, I like to switch to an unscented lotion, Vanny cream. The Sandier method is my favorite because it is set it and forget it. Your tattoo is protected underneath the layer, and you don't really have to do anything while the Sandier is in place. I do not recommend using petroleum-based products like A&D and Aquaphor because they do not allow your skin to breathe, which is necessary for the healing process. Sunlight is your tattoo's biggest enemy. Over the years, excessive sunlight can cause your tattoos to fade. There are sunscreens specifically made for tattoos, which I will also link below. New aftercare products come out all the time, and as we find new favorites, we will be updating our recommended product list linked below. Happy healing!